Hey guys, don't forget what Women Binge. We got merch.
Merch.
Get some merch, yo. We got hoodies, we got t-shirts. What else we got?
We've got cups. We've got notebooks. We've got all the hats.
All the things.
You want
all
it?
the things, you
we
guys.
Got it.
What Women
If you don't
Binge.
see it there,
ask for it.
ask for it. We'll make it.
We're good at that. You're good at that. That's her thing. Check it out. Get some merch. Subscribe, rate, review. Check us out on YouTube. Peace out.
Peace out.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to this week's What Women Binge.
We're back.
We're back.
Not that we were missing.
No, we've been here.
Have we?
I was in Ottawa. Guys, secret. We're going to let you in a little secret. Sometimes we bank a few of these so I can go out of town. Or
She's got to do like movie star things.
Sometimes I have to go to work. So I just came back from Ottawa, but I am so excited because today we have a really special guest.
This is a long time coming.
This is a long time coming. You guys are going to be so excited because Beth Broderick, a.k.a. Aunt Zelda, is here today to join us. Hi, Beth.
Hi, everybody.
Beth is like a second mom to me. I mean, she has been there for me since I was 20 years old.
Yeah.
With everything from advice on politics to body admin to love relationships to, I mean, like everything. You're just like an expert in everything.
Well, I don't know about expert, but I'm good at giving advice to other people. I'm not so good at giving it to myself.
No, but you know what? You're also a really good listener. Like, even though I'm a few years younger than you, you have no problem, like, you know, you always like want to know what I'm thinking and how I'm feeling, or, you know, we have great mature conversations now, which maybe we didn't when I was 20, but they've matured.
When you were 20, I was like, come on, honey, you got to wake up.
Well, that's because I was going out at night, Beth, and so were you, but maybe not as late as I was.
Come on, baby. It's responsibility.
I felt my
You do it all, you know. That's the nature of being 20.
Yeah, that's the thing. You do think, and the problem is, like, you're not going to bed early. Like, you're definitely not going to bed early. I don't know anyone in their 20s that goes to bed early. You think you can survive on 4.5 hours sleep?
I remember getting off work at like midnight and then driving multiple hours to go see my boyfriend and do all these things in the middle of the night. Like, no big deal. I'll chug a Coke. We'll be fine.
Yeah.
Right.
Now the idea of like post 9:30, I'm like,
oh no, I can't.
We're gonna have to schedule that for like 3 weeks from now.
Well, when we were at our last Comic-Con, remember Caroline's show? Mm-hmm. You tell that one.
Well, they're all like, we're going to go to Caroline's show. It starts at 10. I was like, whoa, have you met me? Like, if you don't have me out by 6:30, I'm not going.
That's how I was
like,
feeling. At first, it was like we were told 7, then it was 8, then it was 9, then it got pushed to like 10:15. She'll be on stage. I was like, I'm sorry, what? But I went.
I was expecting to be 4 hours deep in RIM by now.
But I was like, hey, why not? I'll go. Let's be honest. I'm probably going to be scrolling.
Than me and still stronger than me. But remember when I challenged you to a push-up contest and you kicked my butt? That was great.
I may not look it, but I've got some.
How many push-ups do you think you can do?
In a row?
Yeah.
Probably like, I mean, I don't know, maybe 30, 40.
Really?
Yeah.
That's impressive.
Yeah, she can do a lot. She's strong.
I don't know. I don't know.
Are they like girl push-ups or like for real?
No, like on your toes. I try to do proper push-ups.
Whoa.
I may not get all the way down as far as I should, but I'd rather like do a real push-up than, Yeah, because I'm working on, like, all my life I always did push-ups like with my elbows out, which I'm learning now is really not correct.
How are you supposed
need to keep your elbows in,
No,
which
you're
works.
supposed to do them in. Yeah, you're supposed to keep them in.
That makes it a
more
little
like
bit
the
harder.
yoga push-up.
Oh.
Yeah, it's more like a
Don't tell me
tricep,
that.
yeah.
I'm doing good to like do the regular elbows.
I know. I'm good.
I don't need to change anything.
As long as you're moving, you're good. You know, you got motion is lotion, darlings.
Motion.
Keep moving.
That's a quote. That's a
true.
T-shirt.
I love
Motion
that.
is lotion.
Motion is lotion. That's like use it or lose it.
When you're my age, when you're 64, if you don't move it, you will lose it. Like, so, you know, you just have to keep moving.
That is true.
That's my biggest advice I can give you is move your bodies.
I just saw this article that talks about how if you can sit down from like standing in the crisscross applesauce position and then stand back up, it is like
I actually tried that the other day. I can go down, I can't go up.
Like that doctors will actually use. I was like, oh gosh.
Really?
Yeah. It's like
I was challenged that
terrifying
on the set
how
of
bad I am at it.
On my last movie, I was challenged that by a 12-year-old, and I was like, yeah. And I went down, and I was like, wow. And then I tried to get up, I was like, nope. That's not happening.
Getting back up with no arms.
I can't even think about doing that.
No.
No.
I tried
I'm not
it.
even going to try.
Wait, Beth, before we get into like talking about like career stuff, I want to talk about your love life.
Oh,
God,
we're just
you
going to
do not.
dive right in.
Well, very famously dated one of the most famous directors, right?
Long time ago.
Long
yes.
time ago.
Okay,
Do you want to talk about that one? I
You
just
mean
want
Brian De Palma? Is that
Brian
what
De
you're talking about?
Palma. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
It was, we had such a great time together. I think we were together for about a year. It was, that whole world, that whole like major feature film world it's a whole different ballgame from how I've lived the rest of my life, which is more like television comedy and a little bit lighter. But Brian was so brilliant. On our first date, he took me to a bookstore, so that guy was smart. He knew who he was.
Oh.
Because I'm such a nerd and such a bookworm, and so he got to me right away with that. Like he took me to this fantastic bookstore, and I was like, "Oh boy, I'm in trouble. This guy's cool."
Love bomb.
He did his homework. Yeah.
I learned that on Ted
Oh, a
Lasso.
love bomb. Yeah.
Yeah.
He love bombed you. And then over the years, just various hotties.
Various hotties, yes. all my boyfriends and husbands were rather good looking.
Wait,
Yeah.
I remember this though. Are you allergic to metals? Like your wedding ring created a huge rash on your finger, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
What kind of
I don't wear pierced ears because I wore them when I was a kid. You keep trying.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, well, maybe these earrings won't, and the lumps going down the side of my neck.
Oof.
And like the doctor was like, no earrings for you. I was like, oh.
Oh,
I have
so
been
sad.
meaning to talk to you about this because my husband has done something to my rings. I've worn them for 20 years straight without taking them off pretty much. I mean, I only take them off if I'm shooting a movie. And as soon as I take them off, I get a rash. I don't get it while I'm wearing them. But if I take them off, like
You got
this last
some
movie,
juju.
like
on
for a
those
week or two.
rings.
Yeah, I get like a terrible rash for about a week or two after they're gone, after they're off my finger. It's the strangest thing. And it reminds me of you every time.
That is so weird.
I know. I don't know what it
You
is.
put them back on and it's fine.
Yeah, I wonder if it's just because I'm always washing my hands and they're really tight, especially now that
Yeah,
I've gained a few.
Yeah, that's the thing, is that our fingers, depending on the weather and everything, they change sizes a lot.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
there's
one
some
day
days it's like
my
falling
rings will
off.
fit, and the next day not at all.
Yeah. See, these are the conversations Beth and I have. It covers everything.
It's all good things. I did not know people could get a rash from removing a ring.
So it's very intimate. It's very like, and then my finger.
Yeah.
You know,
And they'd be like, "No, tell me about like what I should do with my neck, or how do I age gracefully with this or that."
Those are great questions.
I know, really good questions.
I have many questions.
But let's segue nicely into some Sabrina talk. Beth, what is your fondest memory of being on set? Can you pick one?
Oh my gosh, there's so many. We just laughed so hard.
So hard. So much.
There were times when we laughed so hard that we cried all our makeup off and had to go back to the makeup room and pull it back together. It was, of course it was hard work, which you can't really see when you watch it, but
Yeah.
we were there 15, 16 hours a day sometimes.
It was long days, long weeks.
Long days. But it was so much fun. And I remember that animatronic cat, that darn cat, it just became real to me. People would be like, why are you petting that cat? Like,
She would just stand there and pet it. Caroline would be like,
pet it. You just, props become real to me. Like a phone's in my hand. I'm like, like you just keep talking
You're so
on it.
method.
It's not very method. Yeah. But I mean, we had so much fun. What's your favorite memory of it?
oh gosh, it's so funny though, because there's so many memories. Like I remember when bad things were happening behind the scenes, not like in my personal life, like my dog died or boyfriend broke up with me or whatever. But I remember the costumes. Like as much as I can't remember the storylines of shows, I do remember the costumes.
What you were wearing when?
Yeah, so when people are like, how was the show? I'm like, oh, well, I loved being Cyrano and I loved being the acrobat or, the Cirque du Soleil character or Alice in Wonderland or the baby doll. But I always say this, Beth, but like we didn't watch the shows on Friday nights because we were working. So we don't remember them. We never shot them in order. We read them in order one time through. That was about it. We did our run-throughs in order, I guess. So maybe 3 times a week we'd hear it in order, but we'd shoot it out of order and then forget it and move on to the next one the next week. So it wasn't like...
Well, yeah, because we were so, there was so much material all the time, especially for you, but for all of us to learn.
Oh, and we had those, what we called bottle episodes too. So sometimes on a Friday, we would add, 5 pages of another script. So you'd be doing that week's episode, and then you do 5 pages of another script, and then the next week you do 5 more pages of that script. And over the course of like 6 to 8 weeks, you would end up getting another episode done. And they called it a bottle episode. It was actually a way to really screw the crew over. But I think it was a Disney format thing. I think it's what Disney did.
I personally think that Aunt Zelda had the best costuming,
Oh.
the best wardrobe.
Thank you.
I always loved everything you wore. I hope you took all of that home.
I still have some of it, and believe it or not, I can still wear some of it.
She still got the exact same body.
What's it like to be God's favorite?
Yeah.
This is an Aunt Zelda necklace.
Oh my gosh.
Nice.
I didn't keep
I
any
wear
of the
it all
jewelry
the
from
time.
you.
I keep it close to me all the time. But yeah, I was privileged to wear really great stuff.
Yeah, it was just always beautiful. You were trendy but classic. It was a good look.
She was the scientist too. There's been people coming up to her at like Comic-Cons now. I mean, obviously fans have always come up to us, but these Comic-Cons, you get this like over the top amount of attention about, especially Sabrina, right? So, I mean, we've done tons of other things, but people want to talk about Sabrina all the time. And but Beth, what are some of the things people say to you at these Comic-Cons? I
had a girl come up to me at the last one, and she said, and this happens constantly. She said, "I just want you to know that I'm an astrophysicist, and that lady over there, my best friend, she's a nuclear physicist.
What?
And we went into science because we grew up watching you, and you convinced us that girls could be attractive and super smart. And, so we are scientists." I mean, I had a girl in Liverpool come up to me and say the same thing. She's like, "I'm a scientist who watched you growing up, and it convinced me to go into the sciences." So that's like, wow, it's so cool.
That's a little bit cooler than people that come up to me and go, "I went into witchcraft because of you." I'm like, no.
You're like, wait.
Although, what's so funny?
Listen, did I tell you I saw the couple that got engaged with us?
Oh, really?
Yeah. They were there at the last 90s con.
Oh, at the last 90s con, yeah. Did they actually get married?
They're getting married in September.
Oh, okay.
So this young man comes up to me, and he's like very shaken and very nervy and really freaking out. And Melissa's always looking over going, "What is going on in your booth?" So he's like, I need your help. I want to ask her, but I she loves you. Can I do it here?" And I was like, "You okay?" So
what are you going to ask?
Can you bring that woman in here? So she comes in, and he gets down on one knee. I immediately start to cry. Melissa looks over. She's like, "What?" I'm like, "We're getting married." She's like, runs over so that she can participate. It was so sweet.
It was so funny. I think at first I was like, he's getting down in front of Beth. She's crying. I don't know what's going on.
Is Beth getting engaged right now?
I think I was thinking it was something a little stranger than that.
Well...
So she runs over, we were there witnesses. It was so cute.
Yeah.
So they came up to me and they said, "We haven't killed each other yet, and it's going to be in September." And I was like, "Oh, it's so great."
Yeah.
So it made me happy to see them. They're doing fine.
That's super cute.
That's exciting.
Yeah, we do have some fans that are repeat
yes,
people that at the Comic-Cons that come back every time.
Some of them message me now because of my
friends, some of them are really interesting people, with very serious jobs, and this is how they blow off steam.
Well, I don't know if you're getting Emmy magazine, so I get Emmy magazine because I'm part of the television
like Emmy
Academy.
as in like the statue.
Mm-hmm. Emmy, as in the
guy.
statue, EMMY, but it's like the Television Academy. So I'm in the Television Academy, so I get Emmy magazine, and inside Emmy magazine, I'll post this. But what's her name? Alexandra Daddario from White Lotus and a ton of other things. There's an article on her in there, and it says the big headline is, "I always thought I was Sabrina," or "I always identified as Sabrina the Teenage Witch," or something like that. Because I guess she's on a new Anne Rice witch show called Magic Hour or something like that.
That's so cool.
And so that's like the headline. I'm like,
Mayfair Witches? Is that what it is?
Mayfair Witches. Maybe that's it. Yeah. So she was like, so she's promoting that, and she's like, "Yeah, I always kind of identified as Sabrina, so it makes sense that now I'm playing a witch." And I'm like, what? That's crazy.
It's like that Washington Post article not long ago that said during the pandemic, people had to either watch Friends or Sabrina in order to get to sleep.
Yep.
Yeah, I've heard that a lot recently where people used to say, I grew up with you. Now they say, I go to sleep with you.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what? What is that? What do you mean? Don't tell my husband. What? So what was your favorite episode?
Oh, it has to be the one where we made men out of dough.
Yeah, that's right.
That was
I
so
love that
fantastic.
one.
Who was your dough man?
My dough man? I don't remember that. It was Eddie Cipriani, wasn't it?
Oh, maybe.
The actor
Mine
Eddie
was
Cipriani.
Brian
I think
Austin
it was-
Green.
Wow,
Yeah.
y'all had some pretty good-looking
Yeah,
donuts.
of course
Some
I
hot
made a very, very handsome man out of my
Well,
dough.
that was the idea, right? That we made.
Yeah.
Wait, one of them had a fire. Was it Caroline's character? Was it Hilda that had the fireman?
Yes,
That was. I can't remember. Oh my god!
I think so.
The fireman, the actor that played the fireman, Matt something, he went on to be part of the Mint Jubilee at the Kentucky Derby. And it's because he invited me to the Kentucky Derby I met my husband. So the Mando episode is responsible for me eventually meeting my husband, I think.
Well, there you go.
How
That's the
cool
most
is that?
important.
Right? I mean, think about my life would be completely different if we didn't do the Mando episode.
Have y'all ever heard of the band the Chattahoochees?
No, but
They
I love
have
the
this
name.
song that this whole topic makes me think of. It's like, if I could make me a man, and it's like how they would concoct a man. It is so cute.
Well, that's the episode,
Somebody
right?
should like tie those two together.
I think you guys make me a man out of Mando for a school dance or something, and then
Yeah, it's for a school dance because you
And then
don't
you
have
make
a
your own.
date, and then we just go ahead and make ourselves one
yeah,
too.
because it's a brilliant idea. Who wouldn't want to do that? I feel like we
But
should do
then
that.
they crumble into dust at midnight. I think.
Oh,
Yes.
oh, that sucks. Oh well. Well,
Yeah.
actually, it's better. They just leave. Bye bye. No sad goodbyes.
You're so cute.
No awkward
Bye-bye.
breakups. Just gone. It's actually brilliant. I love it. It's very Cinderella, but the opposite.
Yeah.
What other episodes were? Well, we had so many guest stars. We always talk about this, like at the Comic Cons. We always get asked the question of like all the guest stars, and I mean, we just had
Well, we
so-
had Johnny Mathis, and we had
Literally
Deborah
everyone.
Harry, who
10,000 Maniacs.
When she was on, I went up to her and I said, people always tell me that I look like you, and she goes, "Really? Oh, I like that."
I think I was too nervous to talk to her. She was like my favorite growing up. Her and Violent Femmes. These are my two regrets of not like hanging out with people on the set. Were those two characters? I mean, I didn't have a lot of scene. I can't say I really had a scene with her except for maybe when she was behind she was on the witches panel,
Right.
And she was there
Right.
more than once, wasn't she? In a few episodes, or was it just?
you. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But I don't think I ever had a conversation with her. I think I didn't know what to say.
Well,
or-
it's never too late.
I know.
Reach
I love-
out.
I mean, I can't even list them all, but there were so many amazing guest stars. It was so much
my
fun
gosh.
because people's kids loved the show.
So they were willing.
Really quite
Yeah.
big stars wanted to do it so they could they could be on it for their kids. Yeah.
We got quite close to. I want to say we got quite close, but I, got in touch with Shirley Temple because of it to ask her to play my grandmother, and she responded with, "I'm so sorry, I haven't acted a day since like 1976, which is when I was born." She's like, I if I say yes to you, I have to say yes to everything. My answer is no, but I adore you and the show, and so I did eventually get to go to her house and meet her,
That's
and
so
she gave me the rights to do her movie, Child Star. So we did a movie based on her life, which people can, I don't even know where you can find it. It was on Disney, so it's got to be somewhere on Disney. But that was like the highlight of my life. But it all came about because of Sabrina, because we had this opportunity to ask Shirley Temple to be on our show, So it was,
Yeah. How amazing is that?
I know.
mean, Amazing.
I think
I know. It's so sweet. I mean, people are always like, because I actually was looking at it the other day, Melissa. I've done 41 movies. I'm sure you've done even more than that.
I don't think so.
Wow.
I think you do more than me.
41 movies. And so, people are always asking me, what's your favorite job that you've ever done? And I'm like, the one that makes kids happy all the world over still today? That one. How could there
It
ever
is.
be any other, you can't top it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not something we expected. We didn't think that we would be in this iconic situation. And who knew that it would be like the number 3 streaming show in, 2023.
Yeah.
It's one of those things that it's like a phenomenon we didn't. I know it'd be a success when I read the script, but you just never know that it's going to be.
Yeah.
This defining and this important to people.
I know at my age, like when I was doing it at 20, because of Nick at Night showing like old time TV shows and stuff, I was able to watch things like Bewitched and I Dream of Jeannie and understand that. And my mom had obviously talked about those shows, and everybody, those were like in the zeitgeist, like everyone knew about those shows. But it was because of Nick at Night that I got to watch them. And then to do this show was like, oh, it's probably going to be a little bit like that.
Right.
But I don't know if it'll be as successful as that.
Right.
And so then to actually have it be, especially because to me, I was like, well, it's kind of been done with Bewitched. Like, I always hate repeating things.
But it was such a different way of doing it.
It really was. It really was.
Yeah, totally different.
And then Wizards of Waverly Place and Harry Potter and all these other witch.
I think every
things
generation will revisit it. And honestly, how you referenced Bewitched, I think people are referencing Sabrina now.
Yeah.
And it will just continue to be inspiring.
Yeah, it's funny. As I've gotten older and people are like, how do I know you? Like they know that they know me. They're not sure how. And they're like, you're an actor, right? And then when I say Sabrina, they're like, oh, of course. Like it's there, but it's not there.
The short
sometimes.
hair is helping.
The short hair is my favorite.
I really like it, by the way, honey. I think it looks great.
You know what? So I did this movie where I played a grandma. Have you even played a grandma yet, Beth? Oh, you did
before.
You did it in the movie. But how many times have you? I feel like you've never played a grandma, except you did play a grandma in the movie we did together, Mary Toy Store, because I had a son in that.
That's right. And you kept saying, you're too old to be my mother. And I kept saying, I'm your mother's age.
Yeah.
No,
She's 3 years younger than my mom.
My mother. And I was like, I'm your mother's age. I'm not too young.
I know. But
I
then
can be your mother.
That's one of the only times I've ever played a mom was in that movie. And probably one of the only times I can think of that you've played a grandma. How many times have you haven't really played a grandma that much?
Not very often, no. I think in maybe 4 or 5 movies. I played Mrs. Claus 3 times.
Oh, yeah. Well, because you're one of these Christmas queens as well. We both have that kind of parallel going on. But but I played a grandma.
I had to. They made me sing.
Really?
Yeah, I had to sing a whole 11 o'clock number. It was really, really fun, actually.
How
I haven't done that in a long time. You remember my Christmas shows, Mel? We used to sing all the time.
She used to throw these huge charity-oriented Christmas shows with all these Broadway. Did you secretly want to be a Broadway star?
I really did start out in theater, which I think you did too.
Yeah.
And so I always wanted to be like a successful theater actor.
But not musical?
Not necessarily musical, although I did get cast in a few. But I was always I've always thought, oh, well, there's so many better singers than me, which there are. but if you ask me to sing, I'll sing.
Well, I feel like you need to go do Masked Singer now.
But you're the same, Mel. I think you're the same about that, aren't you?
No, because
she thinks she can't sing.
I think I can't sing, which is why Masked Singer was so awful for me to.
I was going to say, how did you tolerate that?
Oh, it was so
She did
scary.
phenomenally. I don't know if you've seen the videos or
It
not.
was so scary.
She did a great job. She actually can sing and quite well.
Yeah, with some auto-tune. Hold on.
Oh, please. You had to do it live.
Yeah, but it's like track over track. I don't know. I think
You're not giving yourself enough credit. You did an incredible job.
Watch the end of it, though. When you watch the end of it on Unmasked and I sing the song live with my mask off, the faces I'm making.
It's like pure horror.
You have to send me the link, Mel. I
give it away. I totally give it away because I'm like, I'll sing something and go, oh, that was terrible. Like, I'll shake my head like, I have just terrible stage presence with that whole thing.
That's not true, though. You're actually quite good. You just have to give yourself credit.
Well, we gotta ask Beth these questions.
Yes,
all right.
let's do it.
You're our first guest of season 7, so here are some questions we're gonna ask everybody. Season 7. Do you have a favorite cartoon?
Cartoon. Yogi Bear would have to be Yogi Bear.
Yogi? Really?
Hey, hey, boo boo. Hey, hey, boo boo.
Oh, that's cute.
How's about we get ourselves a picnic basket?
Is there an article of clothing you can't live without? Well, I remember you telling me all the time that I had to wear a bra. You were like, I wouldn't wear a bra in my 20s, and she was always like, you need to wear a bra.
I was like, put a bra on. Well, you're going to be glad you did.
Aren't you now?
I am.
So at this age, this is me coming home from an event or dinner with friends. I come home and I just stagger towards the drawer that has soft pants in it. Like I just need pants with no buttons, no zippers, just soft pants.
No hard pants.
Pair that are so hideous, but they are so soft. Like if there was a fire drill in the building, I just have to die because I can't be seen in public in these pants. But they're so soft that I love wearing them.
Oh my gosh, you'll have to send us a picture we can post.
Yeah, I literally just like stagger towards the soft pants because that's it's such solace for me.
I love that. Yeah, here's a question for you, especially with your challenge you're doing right now. Do you like to drive or be driven?
Be driven, be driven, be driven.
Yeah, I'm so the opposite. Every contract I have is like, do not drive me, get me a rental car. I want to drive myself. Everyone thinks it's so weird, but on this last movie, everyone was
like
being
Mario Andretti. You're like, you drive fast, kid.
Well, I was trained to be a race car driver, but I love driving. It's like my happy time. And I don't know if I'm not driving.
Yeah, you always drive wherever we go.
I have to. Like I get nauseous if I don't, or I lose control, or I want to fall asleep. I'm always trying to fall asleep if I'm being driven. I'm like, I think it's either not being in control or a nauseous thing. I'm not sure what, but my whole body shuts down. I'm like, what?
Yeah, you just
I become narcoleptic in a car.
Outer space, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I like I have a driver coming in at 10 to 12 today.
Oh yeah.
Over the hill to lunch with Bruce Ferber. I'm having lunch with Bruce Ferber.
Oh, he was one of our showrunners on our show for like 4 years or something.
Nice.
Oh, give Bruce a big hug for me.
It's a whole day of reunions.
Yeah.
I will. Yeah. Well, Bruce and I both write a lot, so we love to, read each other's stuff and talk about writing. And,
that's nice.
Yeah, he's a great guy.
Yeah, he is a great guy. Tell him I said hi. What was your
it's
first?
so relaxing to know that somebody's just going to be downstairs. I don't have to turn a key or anything.
No, see, I'd rather walk 5 blocks to a garage and get my own car. I don't know why.
Well, that's why we're good together, because I'm just so happy to be in the passenger seat.
The yin and the yang. I love
it.
The
passenger princess.
Yes. What was your first concert?
I have to confess, I'm not very concert-oriented. I don't like big groups of people, especially big groups of people who are, like, drinking and taking, like, that makes me cuckoo. Like, I feel very, so I've been to, the concerts I've been to have mostly been, like, fundraiser concerts.
What about, like, Hollywood Bowl? Do you ever go to, like, the Hollywood Bowl for, like, the John Williams?
Bowl, I love, yeah. But I think, I don't know who my first one was probably Elton John.
Ooh, that's a good one.
That's a really good one.
That was my last one. No. Well, let's say I went to his last one. How about that? Is there a show that you weren't allowed to watch when you were a kid?
Oh, no. There was barely a parent in my house. There was certainly no rules. They had 0 rules. They were
Which I feel like
you each other and we went to bed.
That's why you have a lot of rules for yourself. Like, you're very disciplined.
Yeah. Somebody once said to me, "Your house is pathologically clean." I was like, that is completely true. Because my house growing up was a disaster. Like, just looked like something like a circus had exploded. Like that. That's how we lived. So in
the inside of Caroline's brain.
Everything's very meticulous. I'm very organized and methodical. Yeah.
Wait, saying that a circus exploded sounds like the inside of Caroline's brain. Right? Don't you think that's like...
Yeah, pretty much.
I can relate.
Like her house is very, has that sort of chaotic feel,
It's just colors everywhere and different patterns and
it
styles.
Makes sense to her. It's soothing to her.
Totally.
But to me, I'm just like, wow, I never would have put yellow with the pink with the big green thing in the middle. Like that's like, my house is very muted.
I think Caroline
it's like a sensory overload. Like it's like you're like, there's a lot going on.
I understand that.
Yeah. No, Amanda's is kind of similar. Amanda's is similar to Caroline's, to be honest. Yeah. You guys have similar styles. Honestly, like, I think you guys could probably get along on the same sort of like wardrobe stuff. And I feel like you would like have similar styles like all around, actually.
Is most of it pink?
Yes.
Then I'm good.
Yeah. Pinks and any kind of bright.
Pink, that's for sure.
Yeah. Bright rainbow colors. What's on your summer reading list?
Well, I just picked up Demon Copperhead, the new Barbara Kingsolver book, which is supposed to be really amazing. There's a new Tana French out. I don't know if you guys know Tana French. She's a wonderful Irish writer. She does a sort of a mystery detective series that's really character-driven. It's really wonderful reading. She has a new book out called The Searchers.
Oh, I saw that in the store the other day.
Yeah,
Amanda's a big reader.
And there's another novel out called We All Want Impossible Things. And that just sounds like a great relationship. It's about, relationships.
I just bought it. I haven't read it yet.
Oh,
But
yeah?
It's in the stack. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, so that I'm looking forward to those. But yeah, I have I do like Louise Penny and Tonnant French and Robertson Davies. I love mystery novels that have serious character development in them.
Very cool.
That's my guilty pleasure. I love reading those.
That's cool. I don't read a lot of that actually. I need to.
I did last year.
My stack's getting taller and not going down at all.
So you've gotten a lot busier. We had a good lull there for a while.
Because the books just sort of look at you like, really?
Mother, and I leave them in my kitchen. Like I have a stack that are like, these are the immediate ones. And like I took 2 with me to Ottawa, didn't read a single thing, not even a page. And then I get back and Mother's Day, I'm like, I'm going to sit down and read a book. 3 pages in, I'm taking a nap. So I was like, this is what happens. Now I got to go back and reread those 3 pages because I can't remember what happens.
Yeah, see, well, that's when you're my age. You can't read after 10 o'clock at night because then you have to read the whole thing over again the next day.
Yep.
There's no retention. But it's interesting when I'm at home, like I will, put some TV on, like the news on while I'm making dinner or something like that. Like I will watch entertainment. When I'm on location doing a movie, I never put the TV on. I only read.
Same,
I read and read. I once got snowed in Idlewild doing a Christmas movie, and nobody could come visit me. And I read through everything I brought. I ended up at the grocery store buying grocery store books. Like those. I was reduced to reading those, like the paperbacks. From the bottom shelf.
The romance novels.
Nice. Maybe now you need a Kindle, or do you prefer the real thing?
No, I like to hold it in my hand.
Yeah,
it's an experience.
Me too.
I'm a book girl.
Yeah. All right. What's a movie franchise that you love the most?
Movie franchise. Is that like Batman?
Maybe Batman or the Marvel movies, or
like there's new Hunger
Games. There's a new Hunger Games.
That one. That's too rough for me. I don't like that one. That one scares me.
It's very conflicty.
Hmm?
It's very conflicty.
Like I don't have the nervous system for that one. I'm just like, oh no, that guy's mean. Like I don't like mean stuff. But I think of all of them. I prefer Batman. Yeah.
And is there something you like to read?
The Batmans, and I like the new one, the Robert Pattinson. I thought was great.
I haven't seen that one yet.
I haven't either.
I feel terrible. I feel like a bad fan, but I haven't watched that one. I think my kids saw it, but I didn't. Is there something you like to read when you're on the porcelain throne?
Porcelain throne. Yeah, that would be. I don't read. I do puzzles. I do words.
Everybody's got their phone. Yep.
Puzzles or words with friends or Ruzzle. Or
that's actually where I used to do my Duolingo to learn Italian.
I like anything with numbers or letters. My sister.
Sudoku? Are you a Sudoku girl?
I love letters and numbers and games and puzzles and stuff like that.
But Beth, are you into Sudoku?
No, I'm into Words with Friends, Scrabble.
Oh, more word things.
I love Scrabble.
Do you do that? What's the cookies? Word cookies is what Mark's obsessed with.
Word
really?
cookies?
Yeah, it's one of those where like the letters are all up and there's like a crossword puzzle and you have to you only get like 5 letters or something and you have to figure out the combination of letters. I don't know. He's on like level 500,000 or something ridiculous.
Word cookies?
Yeah, that's his favorite, word cookies. I think there's a bunch of different versions of that, but word
too.
Cookies is the one he uses.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm a Sudoku girl, so I was wondering.
Because I'm always looking for a new way to waste enormous amounts of time.
My favorite right now
you go.
is Wooduku.
Wooduku?
Wooduku.
I've seen ads for that.
Is it words?
So fun. No, it's like a puzzle game. So it's kind of the opposite of Tetris, sort of.
Oh.
And it is so addicting. It feels like a massage to your brain. I love it.
Yeah, you have to figure out where the shapes go, Mel.
Yes.
So you have to fill in like it's a.
And you're trying to get rid of these blocks of shapes.
Octagon, and then there's all these blocks. It's like a kid's game of blocks.
Yeah.
But you have to figure out where the blocks go.
So they all come together and disappear.
And if you put it in the wrong place, then
You've messed
always
yourself up.
Oh, all right. All right. I'll have to check this out.
It's good.
Because we just on the set, on the breaks from the set, nowadays I always bring a puzzle with me to set with like a felt roll up so we can roll it up and move it anywhere we need. And this last movie, we did 2 puzzles, 2,000-piece jigsaw puzzles, the whole cast, some of the crew. And it was just like a great way to kind of bond and be together. And but the dopamine hit from getting a piece in the right place, there's nothing like it.
I love a jigsaw puzzle. I love
when you get that piece in place,
hard, difficult jigsaw
do a little
puzzle.
tap. Yeah, like tap on the piece. Then when it goes in, I'm like, oh, I got it. Like I'm spanking its little butt. I just love it.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm 100% there. Yeah.
I feel like there's like a certain age where you hit that like, I'm suddenly into jigsaw puzzles.
It's like the same time you like beats. Like if you like beats, then you're into jigsaw puzzles. It's like around like 36 or something. Like all of a sudden it just just hits right.
And then when you think it would be really fun to have a RV and go around the country, and you want to go to opera, then you know you're over 50. Like that.
Oh man.
That's where my stepdad is, as you know. He travels around the world in his van. He's been living the hashtag van life.
Yes, he is. Every time I see him, he's actually washing that van.
Something appealing. My friend John Holly has a Airstream.
Yeah,
and that's a whole world. Those people.
Oh, yeah.
It's a whole community. And so he'll be like, I'm going to be in these following areas. So he's there with all his Airstream people, and they have the whole thing that they do where they have.
I think they probably get their own magazine, and they have their own their little campouts and
magazine. There's pools and all kinds of stuff in these places that they park, and then he gets takes his car and goes and visits old friends all over the country.
My cousins do that. One of my cousins comes over from Africa. The other one has her Airstream here in the States, but she lives in Africa. Her sister has her Airstream, and they go Airstreaming together. Like they just travel around together.
Man.
So fun.
Just really got to become more adaptable.
Love it.
This one's not big into the camping, but I'm trying to make her. We do a little tiny house camping in
That's about as rough
fall.
as I can do it, I think.
Yeah, me too. If
So
I
far.
can't plug a blow dryer in, I'm not going.
Yeah,
I just like indoor plumbing. And a refrigerator.
Yes.
Those are the nice things about tiny houses for sure. Oh wait, we have to do this or that.
Oh.
We have some this or that for you, Beth. Ready for those?
This or that.
It's quick.
Okay, these are new to me too, so we're gonna do this together. Oh no, there. All right. Broadway or movie?
Broadway.
Winter or summer?
Winter.
Well, you're in LA, so it doesn't really count. Always
Well,
summer.
we had a cold winter this year, though.
You did actually.
Yeah.
You had snow, which is wild. Brunch or happy hour?
Happy hour.
Sugar or sweetener?
Sugar.
Same. Sitcom or drama?
I like to do sitcoms and watch dramas.
Yeah.
That's fair. CSI or Law and Order?
Law and Order.
I don't personally know the difference.
I don't either.
You
There's a
wrote
difference.
this.
I know, but I don't know the difference.
One is about laboratories and the other one is about
Oh
courtrooms.
yeah. One's more about the that makes
okay.
sense.
Okay. Vinyl or Spotify or streaming music?
Well, I don't really know how to do all that. I just tell Alexa to play a song, and I don't know, like...
I'm with you.
So
Amazon Music.
I'm really super bad about that. My sisters are going to come over and get me hooked up on Spotify. But remember, Melissa was the one who had to put me on Instagram. Remember you?
That's right. That's right. Yep.
She's like, "Give me your phone. You're so ridiculous."
It's time. Watch out. She'll get you on TikTok next.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
Start
I
making
got
you
her.
dance.
She's on my TikTok.
not on my own.
She's on my TikTok. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
I'm
only
on
TikTok I've
Melissa's
ever been in.
TikTok. I just
Yeah.
sit shy.
Classic books or new releases?
Wow, there are so many great classics, but they're all books, every book, all books.
Yes. Yes and yes.
Is that the end of it?
Yeah.
So wait, we have to ask you the question that we judge everybody on. We need to see how many little red dots are in your email. Like how many unread emails do you have? So you got to look at I'm gonna explain this. To her. Look at your
Looks
phone.
nervous. It's okay.
Just look at your phone and
We're
look
right
at the
here with
little
you.
mail app, and it'll have a red dot. How many are there?
Well, there's no red dots, but there's hundreds of emails that I've looked at and can't get rid of because I can't remember whether I looked at them or not. So I looked at them.
But that counts.
And I
That doesn't
said, "Keep
count.
as
That means
new."
she read them.
And I said, keep as new, so I would have to be able to go back to it in case I was supposed to do something with it or it was supposed to have meaning.
Yeah.
And then not too long ago, I had the laptop and I was on a pillow on my lap, and my dog came up and sat next to me and went like that and erased like 400 messages.
Oh no! That's what you need to do.
You know what? Nothing happened. I mean, life just went right on.
Yeah,
So
imagine that. Well, look, Amanda, wait, I want to see what Amanda's at right now. Let's see. What is it? It looks like a very, very long number. It goes beyond the app. So it's
a large
disturbing
number right now. It's 23,268.
Oh my God, that you haven't read?
No, I
Yes.
think your dog needs to sit on your computer.
But here's the thing. I check my email frequently, multiple times a day. So I don't miss things very often. And I only read and open the ones that are important to me. And so therefore everything else goes unread. So really that means that I've opened like hundreds of thousands.
It makes me
let's be proud of that. Let's celebrate that.
Yay! But
Yay,
here's
Amanda.
the thing. So
That's good, honey.
I'm
That's
at
very
98.
Good. That's good.
I think I'm at
couldn't do
93.
that. I have to eliminate the ones that are trying to sell me stuff and all that because
I do go through and unsubscribe pretty regularly, but
they never take them off. I've unsubscribed a million times to some of these things, and they're still there.
That's why you just need to get a new email address just for the online shopping.
well,
But I did that my brother made me do that a long time ago, and it was a great device. So that's all in one other email. That doesn't even count on this.
About but then I have to go searching that email for like the shipping notifications.
Yeah, but it's really only
and
a few times a year you do that. It's okay. It's not that bad. I always forget my password, but it's
the
not
worst
that bad.
thing for me is that I get served all these ads on Instagram and the social media things, and my little elf knows me so well that I buy them all. And then it doesn't matter how many
dangerous.
I've unsubscribed from because I'm going to add a whole list more every single time I open that app.
Right.
Like,
right,
oh,
right,
that's beautiful.
Oh my gosh.
And
Well,
they make it so easy.
Bethy, thank you so much for doing this.
Oh, you know I love you so much. I could never ever say no to you.
Well,
Possible.
I want everybody to be able to find your blog. Where do they find it?
BethBroderick.substack.com. I just started writing this blog called Wit and Wisdom from a Woman of a Certain Age. And some of it's about aging, and other things are just about, it's literally kind of whatever's on my mind, or once, like if I read an article about artificial intelligence, I might write about that. If I, like whatever's sort of on my mind. This last article was about, I gave myself a 30-day challenge to live in Los Angeles without a car of my own. And
Because you got in a terrible accident. You got in a terrible accident, right?
Yeah, I got in that accident, and they totaled my beloved old car. And so I just don't know which one I want now. So I'm just getting in other people's cars, trying to figure out if I like them. Because I don't like new cars at all. Because the ding, 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 ding. The windshield wipers turn themselves on. Stop dinging and dinging, turn yourself off.
These are things people pay high money for,
It's
Beth.
true.
These are they pay for those kinds of bells and whistles, but you hate the bells and whistles. You like the old
I don't
school.
like it. No, I'll just turn around and see if there's somebody behind me. I don't need all that. Like,
No backup cameras.
Actually, it does freak me out now. They have like rear view mirrors that become cameras instead of.
It's so cool.
I don't like that.
No, the thing where you can see from above your car.
Oh, I like that.
that thing is.
I do like that when you
awesome.
park and you push the button. I'm just teaching my 15-year-old to drive, so we push the button and we're like, we can see if we're in the lines
The
and
bird's
stuff.
eye view.
Yeah,
It's
I do
great.
like that, but I don't like the rear view mirror that becomes a screen instead of an actual mirror. It freaks me out. Like, what if somebody duped me or somebody like got into my car, I don't know. I just don't trust it. I'm like, I'm looking at a camera. I'm not looking at the real
if
thing.
the mirror became a screen, I'd have a heart attack. No, this is not. I cannot do that.
I have finally gotten myself out of the habit of like reaching around the passenger seat
That's
to
the
look
best
over.
part. That's the best part. I'm trying to
I
teach my
love
kid.
the
I'm like, you got to do
part.
that. Thank you so much. Love you. Mwah, mwah, mwah. We'll have to do like a fun like Sabrina recap. We'll have to like pick your favorite episode and watch it back or something fun like
Oh,
that
that'd
next
be
time.
fun. Yeah, let's do that.
And if I can sneak down to Florida with you guys, maybe we
Oh,
can
yeah.
do a little
That'd
Little
be
something,
super
something
cool.
when
and
we-
I might see you in July.
I might see you in July. She's got a secret.
project that I'm working on.
Yeah, she's got a secret project
you
happening.
coming to the Ville?
We might. No, but
Um,
close by.
I'll be close by, close enough that Melissa can drive.
Because we know I love to drive.
Well, she's going to
I'll
drive
drive
me
you
to you,
around.
and I'm going to finally meet you in person.
Oh, that would
That'll
be
be
fun.
awesome.
Oh,
Well,
can't
have fun
wait.
at your lunch with Bruce. Give him my love.
Thank you. I'll tell him you said hi.
All right, and everybody what wants to come down to Tampa, we'll be at 90s Con in Tampa in mid-September. And I think even Nick Bakay and Nate, Richard, who played Harvey and Jenna Lee Green and Caroline.
17, isn't it, Mel?
It's what? Yeah, I think so. 15th to 17th. Yeah. I believe so.
Somewhere
Yeah.
around
So
there. But
everybody should come on down.
Everybody should come. It's going to be so much fun.
It is going to be fun. A nice little reunion. All right, love you, Bethy.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks, everybody, for being here.
All right, take care.
Bye, girl.